My name is Amos Kajner-Nonnekes. I'm an urban designer, public artist, and creative, and I'm the principal founder of Design Etc., which is an urban design and placemaking studio here in Edmonton. Well, I think that, Old Strathcona is so significant in the city because it's where you find these kind of hidden gems. And the stroll down White Avenue is so quintessential, such a good part of our Edmonton experience. And you don't really go down White Avenue with a specific goal in mind. You kind of go down and see what you can and find these hidden gems. And so coming around this street and looking into this alleyway, expecting to see this dirty, car driving space, and instead seeing this magnificent pop of color, I think it's just so Old Strathcona. It's just so White Avenue. It adds such a colorful pop of vibrancy to the area, and really kind of highlights some of our underutilized space. Well, the Old Strathcona Business Association reached out to us a number of weeks ago, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, to help out with some of the lane closures they were doing. So they closed down this lane on White Avenue, and they reached out to us and said, how do we make this a people-friendly space? Because it looks like a construction zone right now, and it's not very friendly to pedestrians. How do we really create some benefit from having this lane closed? And so, we came back and we said, well, let's do a little bit of a placemaking exercise, and let's really engage people in the area, make it safer and make it people-friendly and inject some vibrancy and life. And part of that was with Spurline Alley, because it really had been, painted a couple of years ago, but it was a little crumbling and it's kind of dirty, and we have all these alley businesses popping up now, and it was kind of underutilized. So they said, what can you do in Spurline Alley that might bring some life back to it? And so the first thing that came to our mind is, let's throw down some paint, let's throw down as many poppy colors as we can, and really, inject some life into the space. And so, we did a bunch of installations along White Avenue to open it up, but then we really wanted to include this space to kind of make a holistic placemaking exercise of White Avenue. People have loved it. I mean, we were out here for about 36 hours painting, so over about 3 days, and we had it kind of fenced off, and people were already sneaking in to take Instagram photos, and we had to kind of sorry, there's wet paint on the ground, you can't really come in. But people, it's been all over social media, which some people will write off as the Instagram or whatever, but it's really, people are excited about coming down to White Avenue and seeing this mural and seeing all of the art and murals that White Avenue has to offer, all of this kind of culture and vibrancy. It gets people down here, and when, businesses really need some people in their stores, and they really need some cash injections, this is a great initiative to bring people down, and as they're in the area, they linger and they spend some money and they discover all these new businesses and all this new art and culture that's on White Avenue that they might have not seen before. And so people have just been ecstatic about it. I've seen it from, people all over Instagram are taking photos with it, which just makes me so happy that people are kind of engaging and really think the space is as cool as I think it is. Well, I think we need to really, and we've been really focusing on this at Design Etc., is focus on some of the underutilized spaces in our city. It's not always about creating these brand new builds and these brand new spaces. Sometimes we just have to look at the space that we already have and do some low cost and really high impact initiatives to transform that space. This used to be a dirty alleyway, and now it's really injected with some life, and people are in here, people are engaging with the space, and they're really, exploring Old Strathcona. And so we have a lot of these spaces in the city that if we just, put a little bit of creativity and maybe threw down a little bit of paint and really make these places where people want to be, I think that businesses are going to thrive, people are going to have a better time in the area, and overall it's going to be better for our city.